In this tutorial I will show you this grass growing effect in Unreal Engine 5.4 and basically make it look like a tree grows out of nowhere this time. Next I'm gonna import two assets from Quixel Bridge. I already have them locally, which is like some grass and these Nordic trees. Also something you wanna do with a asset like this, which is very high quality and has a lot of polygons, is to, for this case, lower the amount of polygons. So if you go to modeling on the left, mesh, and then simplify the mesh, I already did this. I lowered it to like 4 or something, so that's gonna be very helpful at the end when if you have way too many polygons, it's gonna be super hard to render this. So the next step is to, in this case, my motion design, and then yes, and then I need to restart. First thing I need is an actor, and the cloner actor. Just gonna put it in there. I don't need the default cube, so I'm gonna delete that one. I'll put my cloner in the middle, and then the next step is put my grass into the cloner. First I need to make it movable, and then I can put it in the cloner. Again, you still have this bug that it turns black, so on the right here on transform you need to add a little one at the end, and then your grass turns green again. Then when you go in the cloner and you select mesh, and then you say where you want to put your grass on, so that's the tree. In this case it looks a bit funky. Now to make the grass, let's say, stick to the tree, I'm gonna add an effector. I'll call it effector rotate. Then you type sphere to unbound, and then at the rotation you go -90. Then you have to add the effector to your cloner, so go to cloner, effector, add a little plus, add rotate, and now you can see it's a bit funky at the top. It's now more rotated towards your tree. Now next I want a lot more grass on my tree, so I'm gonna select cloner and then say like 300, 400. Okay, it's nice and grassy. Next it's time to create my growing effect, so I'm gonna add an effector again. Effector, I'm gonna call this effector animator. And then the effector animator, I'm gonna change this to box. I'm gonna change this up a little bit, so you can change this to however you want it, but for this I'm gonna make it like a narrow box. You will see why by the end of it. So this sort of covers the whole thing. Gonna angle it a bit, maybe a bit larger still, so that it covers the whole thing. That covers everything, so that's that. And after that you want to add your effector to your cloner, so go back to cloner, effector, add the animator, grab your animator, and then I'm gonna make my grass basically very small, so 0.01, and then I'm gonna, let's say, amplify it over here, so let's take 100. So that it looks like there's nothing, and then it grows as you slide over. Gonna make this a bit smaller, so I'm gonna take this one, yes, and then make it smaller. So if you slide, then it slides over your tree. Now, in order to make it look like the tree and the grass grow out of nothing, you need something to block off whatever is here on the top of the these lines basically. So how you can do this is you create a new cube. So you go top left to motion design, 3D shapes, and then double click on the cube. After that you can immediately link your cube to your effector animator. You can level this out and then make it bigger, so that is the size of the box basically. You want to cover the entire tree, so make it nice and wide, and then try to make sure that it's in the middle of the blue lines. Something like this. And then you can see here at the bottom the effect you want to get. So So the whole point of the white box is basically to make it invisible. And if you make it invisible, you will see everything underneath the box. And then it will make it look like it is growing out of nowhere with a piece of grass. So in order to do that, you need to go to operator stack. Then you take your tree, go to modifiers, and then make it a dynamic mesh converter. Next you want to take the cube, again to operator stack, and then select Boolean. Now what you want to do with the box that you created is basically subtract it from this mesh, so it seems invisible basically. So you select subtract, and after that you again select the tree, and another modifier, Boolean, and here you want to say that the tree is the target because you want to erase it basically. So you can already see the effect happening. So if you move your effector, you can see that, I don't know where the red grid comes from all of a sudden, but you can see the effect happening. So now I'm gonna make a sequencer and turn it into a little animation. So in order to make this look a bit animated, you can add it to a sequencer. So on the top you go add level sequencer, then here at the bottom you add your effector animator. I'm gonna make this a bit longer, let's say 600, something like this. Then take my animator to the beginning. On effector animator, on the plus you add transform, and then add a key. Then move your slider to the back, grab your animator, move it to the top, kind of like this. One more, press again for a new key, and then that should be it. So if you press play, it looks like the whole tree is growing out of some grass. Nice. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, or leave a comment down below, as that helps out a little channel like this a lot. I also have another similar video over here in the corner, where I also use motion design to grow any plants on another object, so make sure to check it out as well. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Peace.